Hey guys, Chris here, the RC Geek. We're coming to you from the field and we are taking a look at the new V2 version of the Dynam Corsair. Now, this is very similar to the V1. However, one of the primary differences, it does come with flaps. And I did do some modifications here, which we'll talk about in a little bit. The airplane itself, it assembles exactly the same as the V1, and so I'm not going to cover much of that here. You can check out my V1 review for the assembly there, but I want to talk about the modification that I did. So you can see here the airplane has the 3 segmented flaps. Now out of the box, only this outer flap comes hinged and set up. The servo is actually actuated on this surface. So what I ended up doing is I cut these 2 inner surfaces. There's a line here on the top, just cut straight through, and then cut it here in between, okay, to make the 2 segments. From there, cloth CA hinges I slotted in each surface. There's 2 hinges in each one, so I slotted in the flap surface, slotted in the wing surface, and then I also created a V notch on the bottom of the flap so that way it had somewhere to go. These are hinged in the center. You do need to do that because this surface here is also hinged in the center. Now, the last part of it is, you notice there's some webbing in here. The webbing is just some plastic sheet styrene, and so what that does is it connects the 3 segments together. So the actuator is here on the outboard surface, and with that webbing, that's what's moving these inboard surfaces, okay? So that is the modification I did. It was not hard at all to do. I did a little bit of guessing on the sizes here, but otherwise, you know, cut through here, you hinge the surfaces, you got a slot for the webbing there, and the webbing just slides in and out, and that's not really even glued at all there. So, all right, otherwise, guys, the airplane flies very similarly to the V1. It's a really nice, forgiving flyer. Flies fantastically. The battery I'm using, it's a 4S 3200 pack. I have that pushed all the way forward in the battery area. The airplane, it does have to be forward. I'm using a Spectrum AR620 receiver, and that's working great. I really like those receivers a lot. Now, in terms of the controls, on the V1, this whole surface was an aileron, okay? Now, on the V2, you've only got the scale outboard surface as the ailerons, and that, you know, there's not really much change in the control there. On the aileron, I'm at 65% with 0 expo. For the elevator, 35% with 10% expo. And then on the rudder, I'm at 100% and no expo there at all. I didn't find that the airplane really needed it. The other thing is for the flaps, all right, I'll list the deflections of the flaps on the video, but with the 3 segments here, there is a 7% down elevator mix at the full flap setting. And again, I will have the control throws on the video. One last thing, as mentioned, the battery is all the way forward. That's necessary for the CG. I found that the manual CG that they list there is pretty touchy, and so just keep that in mind when you set up the airplane. All right, so let's go give you guys a flight on the airplane. We'll show you how the flaps work. They work beautifully. It looks great in the air. And so, yeah. And then we'll come back and we'll wrap this up. Got to dodge the coyote bombs here. Hopefully we didn't drop those.
The turd blaster.
The turd blaster. All right, here we go. Let's do this.
for 20 years.
With the rich people, it's like, hey, give me money.
Yep.
No. All right, here's 10.
That's what it is. Can live in a house with the right to defend 2.5 kids and you know, that's a lot for that.
All right, guys, so there we have the Dynam version 2 Corsair. Got the addition of the flaps. It's really nice to have. It was a bit bumpy today, so the airplane's getting bumped around a lot. It's really lightly loaded. It's extremely lightweight, so it is going to get bounced around quite a bit on windy days, things like that. But it does handle it well. You just got to be on top of it a little bit. The retracts being a bit problematic. They haven't changed anything on the retracts there. I do wish that they would have beefed them up a little bit more, but otherwise still functioning okay. That's it, guys. If you want to do the flap mod, really simple to do. They work great in the air, and so yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to follow along on social media at the RC Geek. Subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you at the field.